Hey, what's up, everybody? Cedric and CJ here, CR Wrestling Commentary. We review Friday Night SmackDown. This is SmackDownish, where we review just in some detail what we care to review. And the others might just skip over and let you know who won or something like that. But before getting into it, just want to say we're re-upping the last one because for 7 days, it's just been pending, and I forgot about it. YouTube just said it's going to be stuck in pending limbo. So delete forever. Y'all understand, if I delete this, I can never recover it. But it's like it wasn't up there in the first place. So in any case, hopefully it gets up there this time. And we're going to put this one up here. So you might see this one first. I don't know. Hopefully I delayed long enough getting this started. In any case, Zedra, you took the notes. And I will be following your lead.
So the show starts off, CM Punk comes out, adoring fans in Chicago. It's great. They're back in the States. He cuts his promo. Paul Heyman comes out by himself. And they're reminiscing about, old days a little bit. Paul Heyman asks for another favor. And the favor he asks of Punk is to tell him what the favor is. And Punk's like, your tribal chief isn't here? He said, well, the favor affects him, so I'm going to wait till he gets here. And he leaves.
Punk is pesky.
Mm-hmm.
P-S-K-Y, everybody, pesky. Mm-hmm. It's not a bad thing. It's actually, it's cute, adorable, but mischief. That's pesky.
Like the possums from Ice Age.
Yes, Ice Age possums. Without, ill-deeded hijinks. Without that.
Okay.
Because the possums were kind of abusive. They were protective at first, then you understand, but they didn't really let up.
It's true.
Yeah, keep going.
Let's see. This is the introduction of Rey Fenix, and he's wrestling, I think it's Nathan Frazier, who's one of the NXT Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, with Axiom.
And they had a fast-paced kind of lucha on lucha match.
It was literally, I saw this just an AEW match.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't.
They did everything to each other. It just, Rey Fenix hit that fireman's carry into almost a Emerald Flosion type move.
Yeah, he kicked out.
Yeah, I was like, at that point, AEW. That's what you do during a title match or a #1 contender match.
You knew that with Phoenix's introduction, it was going to be everything and every kitchen sink that anybody owns. So I just wasn't surprised. They just had to find somebody who could work with him like that in that fast kick out of everything style, and they did in Nathan Frazier. Of course, Phoenix won, and then after Phoenix won, he's all blown up from he's been wrestling for the past 10, 12 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Now it's time to ask him questions and have him try to speak in the limited amount of English that he knows.
While he's
huffing and puffing.
Oh my lord, I can't speak. How do you feel about your match? And just fall out.
Yeah. But he does it and talks about how, he's just fulfilled a dream of his to be in WWE. He's very excited. Just like Penta was on Raw 2-3 months ago. Very, very excited.
Penta's a little more fluid in English.
A little bit. Let's see. The next match is LA Knight versus Tama Tonga.
We knew how this was going to go as it did the 2 other times.
Yeah. LA Knight won. That's about it.
Yeah, it was a long match.
Mm-hmm.
LA Knight won. And Sikoa was upset. Yeah.
Yeah. He was out there on the outside with Tama. But,
they sleeping on Tama Tonga so damn bad.
They are.
They really are. And Tonga Loa, I don't know how long it takes a fully torn bicep to mend, but that's muscle to bone.
Yeah,
that's going to be a while. So anyone out there that, can send Cornette a message It's not a broken toe. It was a torn arm. Tungaloa has a torn arm. And this ain't even bloodline anymore. I don't know what this is.
I don't know what it is.
Everything that he wearing whatnot screams bloodline, but they don't scream bloodline. I don't know what this is. Faction de la Fatu or something? I don't know.
It's going in that direction. Let's see.
I know that sounds more Hispanic, Facción de la Fatu, but I'm just saying something.
So Paul is waiting for Tribal Chief to show up, and the dude who's the interviewer in the back, I don't know his name, the fake ass Jonathan Coachman.
Yep.
Is asking.
See, I ain't the only one that see that. I ain't say nothing to her. I've said nothing to her all this time.
And he's asking Paul Heyman stupid questions. And in the midst of these stupid questions, Paul grabs the camera and says, "Whatever the favor is, Punk, yes. Yes, whatever it is, yes." And then a car pulls up and he's thinking the Tribal Chief, and then Seth comes out with his brand of bullshit. And
yeah, I was like, literally, I held my head the way Heyman did before Heyman did it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Seth Rollins is entertaining, and I like him for the most part. It's just, how can I say this? I should be expecting stuff like this, but I'm not, because I'm trying to enjoy a show.
Okay, so you're going to have to elaborate. How is Seth entertaining?
He is. Oh my goodness! No, I'm gonna say it. Okay, you know how you feel about Naomi.
Yeah.
She's doing what Kevin Owens doing, but the right way. That's how you feeling about it, right?
Right.
Okay. He is doing what the Miz should be doing, but the right way.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'd rather see the Miz.
I would rather see the Miz without the stupid hijinks.
The Miz is cringe. I can handle cringe. Seth is like...
He's a wart.
He's fake. He's up and down, through and through, fake. He just adorns himself in keys and jingles himself. That's it. That's it. Okay. His promo delivery is average. His wrestling ability is average.
I don't even know what average is today. He ain't doing, like Hurricanranas and Frankensteiners and tornillos and stuff all day long.
He can work. That's great.
He can work.
That's what he's got.
Facial expressions,
he can work.
Emotions in that ring. He can help tell a story. He gets the job done as a pro wrestler should.
He gives good face. Yeah.
I don't see what the problem is. You say he's fake, but what's fake about Seth Rollins?
Okay, why is he revolutionary? Why is he futuristic? What is he burning down? What's all that?
Okay, I got nothing. I don't.
Exactly. None of that fits anything.
Okay, but what does Rhea Ripley eradicate?
What's eradicate got to do with anything?
She's called the Eradicator. I mean,
I didn't know that.
If you eradicate something, it don't come back.
I don't know. I didn't know she was called that.
Yeah, the Eradicator.
She was called Mommy.
That's I think she adopted that from, because this is before me, so I think she got that from Dominique, and then the fans was like, yeah, and then that's her moniker now.
Oh, okay.
Mamacita, but now she's Mommy. So,
she looks like she might be capable of eradicating something. She looks like a badass. Seth,
I would put people on the shelf a lot before they call me the Eradicator. I would have to he had to take 3 weeks out. He busted ribs or a slight concussion or something that that I would give if I was called the Eradicator. Somebody's been every opponent is on the shelf for a week or 3. That's how that should go.
Do you see what I'm saying about Seth?
his promos, the rehearsed parts, are lackluster. But when it goes into, even if it's rehearsed, the parts where he has disdain for someone and it sounds a bit more personal, that's when he starts to shine. That's where Seth is best. But you can't do that with everything. You can't do a cold promo with straight up vinegar and venom. So I get what you're saying though, because as soon as it leaves what he has to say by script, because that's what it sounds like, a script, then it's like he's out of it. Like there's nothing, no emotion, no words, no interjection, no nothing. You know, at least bottom barrel least, Io Sky kept getting pie faced.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going.
Let's see, we passed Seth bullshit. Okay, so it's time for Charlotte and Tiffy. Charlotte comes out in basically some black lingerie. It's just, it's just pants. It's like lacy pants.
It looked terrible.
And then Tiffy comes out and she's got on black lingerie.
Yep.
And it's more like lacy capri pants. She looks a lot better because she's more shapely. And they just go back and forth, but eventually the crowd starts booing so loud that Charlotte really can't talk.
No, she can't. And at first, Charlotte was seeing that as a badge of honor. Then you can see when it turned like, this is stupid. And that's how I felt. I was like, are the fans really this stupid to boo someone so much they can't get the promo done to get the show moving? So y'all are holding up a show that y'all want to see. You want to see more wrestlers. You want to see more wrestling, but y'all won't let these people get past their promo. Boo them. Tone it down a little bit. Let them get their words out. And when they say certain things, then elevate the boo. You know? It's like they're booing because they want to be a part of something, not booing because they actually just like her. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
It's like, I paid this ticket. I'm going to boo for as long as I want to.
When I was in high school and somebody would start making, fat jokes against me and others be laughing, I kind of look at them and just smirk because I knew they weren't laughing for real. They were just laughing because somebody said something against me, and sometimes I would just no sell it. They'd be laughing and trying to get my attention, like staring at me, and I just wouldn't even look their way. Then I see them get mad because I'm not giving them the attention. Charlotte and a few others have tried that. I'm just going to talk over you. But it won't working because she tried.
Yeah.
She tried.
They shut up for Tiffy, so Tiffy was able to say she got some zingers on Charlotte. She
did. It had to work to get there. Charlotte was sort of trying to guide her there a little bit, but I was like, Tiffy, she needs to bring up something like, well, which number man is going to leave you this time?
Yeah, and she did. She finally got around to her 3 divorces, and she rattled Charlotte.
Yeah, that was at the very end. And she dropped and rolled out the ring like, I'm done. I don't care about this. And Charlotte's like, but what about this?
Yeah.
And I was like, Charlotte.
Why is Kaiser in my DMs? Who cares about Kaiser?
Yeah, really. Like Andrade, panty dropping. Ludwig Kaiser, no.
I don't know what he's dropping.
But, it's just, good grief, man. It was a train wreck. Charlotte, the look on her face, see, I don't know how much of this was a shoot or not, because Charlotte looked like literally the woman that's supposed to be the queen at the ball and the punch bowl dumped on her. She looked defeated. Almost, I got embarrassed in front of everyone. I'm trying to maintain my grace and my poise. I'm like, no, it's gone. And you can tell that was the vibe she was trying to give off. She had to stand there at the hard camera and wait for it. Yeah, that's the vibe I got from it. So there might be some people saying, oh, that was a shoot and yada yada. But I'm like, she had to stand at the hard camera and make sure that you could see how dejected she was, but trying to hold on, to her dignity. I don't know. I don't know fully what went wrong and what went right with this. Tiffy looked decent, but she's kind of that not boring but annoying. So she's elevated away from boring, but she's annoying. Charlotte, I don't know. This is not a good build up to WrestleMania.
No, it's not.
I'm not feeling this. I don't care to see this match.
Nope. Let's go on.
Yeah, it's 3 hours. I'm sorry. Let's roll.
That's a tag team match. Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY, and we didn't watch it.
Nope.
Motor City Machine Guns wins.
Yep.
Next is
They killed their tag team division. They just killed it.
And what the Street Profits came down the ramp to go and sit in the front row to watch. Stupid.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next,
like watching the back on the monitor.
B-Fab versus Naomi. So they were getting ready to have a match, and then Jade jumped Naomi out of darkness.
She came running out the damn gorilla position.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny. Naomi came out. I was like, okay, she's looking good. And you see that tiny little figure sprint out.
Mm-hmm.
We was like, oh, here we go.
Yep.
And y'all should have heard Cedra. Ooh, it's about that. And then bam, and she's like, oh, girl. I was like, And I was just sitting there laughing. And Jay whooped that ass.
Mm-hmm.
She whooped that ass. I'm enjoying it.
And then Naomi and B-Fab wrestle, and Naomi beats her quickly and decisively, gets the mic, and she tries to talk, and then Jade jumped her ass again. She came from the timekeeper.
It was an uphill battle for Naomi to beat B-Fab because she was already beat up from Jade. But she did a move I hadn't seen her do before.
Yeah.
And she got the win. Cool. Jade was like, I ain't done with you.
She ran from the timekeeper's position after getting away because they had to pull Jade off her earlier, and she was kicking the ass of security, the black shirt dudes that try to protect their crotches. She was whooping their asses.
Yep.
And so after Naomi won, they jumped her from the timekeeper position, and then all this came out and said they faced each other at WrestleMania, right?
Yep.
And they were both very excited about that.
To an extent.
I mean, there was lots of screaming going on.
Yeah. And Jade looked like, oh, man, it is on. Mm-hmm. She looked excited.
Yeah.
Like, I can get you
Naomi was screaming something. I can't remember what she was screaming, but yeah, she's excited in the heel way.
Yeah. It's weird, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because Jade she's the baby face, but Jade's persona is heel only.
Yeah.
It's weird. But, it is what it is.
Well, Jade is not going to be come out of the microphone. I don't like what you did to me. No, she can't. She can't do that.
She shouldn't do that.
She has to attack.
And they done set up. They've already teased Jade and Charlotte, and Jade is not ready to be in the ring with someone at the caliber of Charlotte. She is not there. She ain't there. So they had to break up that tag team.
She's more there than B-Fab, but go ahead.
Way more than B-Fab. But that's why they had to break up her and Bianca to put her in singles. Allegedly her and Bianca won't get along in real life, but her and Bianca break up. No belts. They act like nothing ever happened. They act like they never really been friends. And Jade is going to go with this thing with Naomi, and Naomi's she's going to guide her. She's going to, she's going to teach her, how to be a singles wrestler. And Naomi is a good singles wrestler. They just won't let her win. And I hated that stupid glow gimmick crap. But this Naomi, having to be a heel and work with Jade, she gets to really teach Jade.
Yeah.
In ring, real time. You think Jade ain't learning right now? No, she's learning. Got to be a study of the game. So, yep, I'm wanting Jade to succeed and excel.
Yeah.
That's what I want. All right, let's keep going.
That's what I'm looking for too. All right. So Nick Aldis is in the ring talking about, wrestlers get hurt. It's a sad thing. And then Kevin Owens comes out and basically said that something wrong with his neck for a while, and now he's got to have surgery, so he's going to miss WrestleMania. He loves everybody. Basically, is what he said.
Yeah.
And so this is happening, and he's looking all solemn and like a sad gnome. And I'm sitting here thinking, so when is Randy gonna come out? Because I'm like, okay, they're trying to sell it like it's real. If Randy comes out, it's not real. And Randy came out.
Yep.
So Randy came out, and just as Randy climbs into the ring, KO Kevin Owens, he gets out the ring. And then all this lets, Randy know, hey, since Kevin Owens is going to have surgery, he's not going to be at WrestleMania, so you're not going to have a match at WrestleMania. And I think that Cedric and I were kind of thinking that at the same time. And then it happened. Randy RKO Aldis.
I said, all this left. Now it's the RKO Aldis. You got no one left. And I turned over to rest my eyes, and I hear boom. And I'm like, what in the world? And I look, and Aldis is down, and I was like, seriously?
Mm-hmm.
I called it like that?
Yeah. And Aldis is looking at Randy like, what the hell did you do that for?
Yeah.
That was a look on his face. And Randy's looking like, it wasn't me. That's what they told me to do. So the voices told me. That's how Randy was looking.
I hear voices in my head.
It wasn't my instruction. It was them.
Best line Randy had to say about voices ever was, they counsel me.
They counsel
I
me.
loved that.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs to go back to it at certain little junctions. Just little, it's like, I spoke to my counsel and they want me to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be nice. That would be nice. They counsel me. I love it. But that's just how I feel. Keep going. Keep going.
So the next match is Braun Strowman versus Jacob. So let me take it back up for a second. So on SmackDown that happened last week or the week before last, Braun, we already know that Braun and Jacob were wrestling, and then Solo and Tama interfered.
Yep.
And Fatu was not happy about that and basically told him to mind their damn business.
Yep.
So then the week after, I don't know who Braun was wrestling. He was wrestling somebody, and Jacob came out and interfered and got disqualification. And so after that, Solo was like, Fatu, what are you doing? And basically he said, don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm doing what I want to do. But,
And he gave
then he looked at Tom and said, you either with me. No,
he said, I can do this with you. And then looked at Solo, or I can do this without you.
And then
I was like, that was a glaring. That said how the storyline can go. This is what you call a branch, and how that branch may go could be a few different ways. So that's when you get to the point of, I want to see how this go.
Yeah. So now earlier in this show, as we mentioned earlier, LA Knight wrestled Tama Tonga, and Solo came out with Tama Tonga, but Tama Tonga didn't have on his all black gear that he's been sporting since he got to WWE.
He was wearing that shiny.
He was wearing black, but it had shiny that bright red orange in it.
I haven't seen him wear something like that since New Japan.
He has not. Now the only one who wears that bright red orange like that is Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
And his black and red shoes. And when Solo was on his little hiatus, because couldn't nobody tap in with him.
Yep. Couldn't nobody tap in with him.
Tom was wearing black and red shoes too. So I'm just saying, I'm seeing some foreshadowing.
Yep.
Okay. So we got Braun and Jacob in the last dude standing match. I don't know what I put.
I was like,
oh, okay.
Ain't no way in hell. That's what I thought. Ain't no way in hell this should go a certain way.
And they were pushing the former accolades of Braun, saying that he hadn't lost a last man standing match or something. So I guess it's a thing he likes to do. But they battled. They fall around the arena through tables and all kinds of stuff in the ring through tables. But in the end, Jacob won.
Yep.
So it was a Rocky 2 finish where they both hit the mat because they both went through the table.
And Rocky pulls himself up by the ropes from the corner, and he stumbles, and
Yeah.
Apollo loses as he was about to get up.
He
And
falls
he looked
out.
at the camera, looked at his wife, fell out. Looked kind of familiar. Just saying.
It was very much like that. But Jacob won. So he's going to be facing LA Knight at WrestleMania for the WWE United States Championship. All right. Main event. Paul Heyman's been waiting outside all night. Tribal Chief finally gets there. Gets out. Don't say nothing to Paul. They just walk on out. He don't even do his regular intro. He just gone to the
ring. And I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And Roman starts talking like, okay, what the hell is this favor? Come on out, CM Punk. We want to hear this favor.
Check this out. Think about Roman Reigns' intro and how short it was. His intro is about 2 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what was 2 minutes long that should have been shorter?
What?
When the fans were booing Charlotte.
Oh. Yeah.
It was about the same. That segment with Charlotte lasted way too long because the fans would not be quiet. So the fans couldn't get their epic intro with Roman. The crowd couldn't have anything to participate. They had the fingers up. They was waiting. But there was nothing to go with. And then Roman Reigns cut basically a heel kind of promo.
Yeah, because he was calling the fans stupid. You're not
You're
bright
not too
enough
bright,
here in
yeah.
Chicago.
I'm like, why would you do that? Why not say something on the lines of CM Punk clearly thinks you're stupid. Your tribal chief doesn't. Why not say something like that?
I don't know if he's trying to be a face. They are loving him like he is a face, but his rhetoric, not just here, it's
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's neutral heel to heel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So he tells CM Punk to come on out, and of course CM Punk don't come out. Seth does.
Yep. And you can see it on Roman's face like, man, anybody but you.
Yes. So Seth comes out. He finally gets to the ring. They're singing his no lyric song.
They do the woes. They got to add something. Yeah.
He gets out there and basically is like, why are you here? Oh, I'm just here to watch because yada, yada, yada. I told you. Yada, yada, yada. You had the chance. Yada, yada, yada. I'm going to see what happens. Okay. So finally, they're both like, well, Punk, come on out. Small delay. Punk comes out. Has his intro. Mussolini, fried cheese. Everybody's happy.
Yep.
There, he's in Chicago. They do that again. He comes out.
You want meat with extra cheese.
Yeah. Gets in the ring. He starts talking and basically is reminiscing about back in the day when Paul Heyman got fired from WWE. And, CM Punk's like, what am I going to do without you here? He's like, you're going to be fine. Just, remember, let them know where you came from.
Yep. Tell them what time it is, Captain.
And so it's kind of like, okay, where you getting to, Punk? Where you getting to? So basically, he finally comes out and says the favor is that he wants Heyman to be in his corner for WrestleMania. And Roman just can't believe it. He's like, but don't you know that he loves me? Don't you know that I saved him? Don't you know without me, there'd be no him? Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead and tell him no.
Yeah, let him down gently. And Paul is humming.
Yeah, really like all the hominies.
And
then Roman's like,
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, to tell him no.
Yeah, like what's taking so long?
And that goes back and forth about 2 more times, and then Paul finally says,
he goes, no, Roman, are you crying?
Yeah, he did. That's right. He did start crying. Are you crying? Stop crying and tell him no. And he's like, I can't do that, Tribal Chief, because early in the show he already said whatever it is.
And he was trying to explain it to him, and Roman's slowly rolling up on him like, we're going to have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And Punk is like, you don't mess with my wise man.
Mm-hmm.
And then Punk jumped on Roman.
But whole time...
No, hold on. I like it. When Heyman when he said, my favorite is, I want the wise man to be in my corner. I love this part. Seth Rollins started laughing.
Yeah, he was rolling.
I told you.
I told you.
I told you. And he is just laughing. I told you.
Mm-hmm.
It's always something with CM Punk. That's why you got to put him down. And he's like, here it is. It's in your face like I told you it would be. And he is laughing. He got nothing else to do now.
No.
There's nothing else.
He's just laughing in the corner. Leaning on the ropes. So Tribal Chief looks like he's trying to jack up Paul. So CM Punk go ahead and put him to sleep. Stands over his body and roll credits.
He put the GTS on him, Kenta's move, and Roman fell out like a Family Guy character.
He did. That's right. He did. He hit the mat and just like it was splat, man. He was like Peter falling down the stairs, man.
That mess was funny. Now, there's an issue that I have. I haven't spoken of it to you. And I wonder if any of you out there had thought about this. So, this whole three-way thing that's been building, okay? Take notice. Seth Rollins is not so much of an instigator as he's been a third wheel.
Mm-hmm.
He's been the third wheel. He's been the extra guest at a limited guest party.
Yeah.
That's where Seth Rollins has been.
He's been the party crasher.
So whenever something goes down, it's always between CM Punk
and Roman.
And then Seth technically interjects.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they keep throwing him in. It's like, yeah, get him out there, get him out there. Get him out there. Go out there, Seth. Just get in there. Do this thing. Say that stuff. Because if you remove Seth from it, you basically got two people headlining WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You throw Seth in there, and you got a hype man.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Because neither one of them give two shits about Seth or Seth's presence.
So that lets me know it's going to be Roman, who don't like Punk, Seth, who don't like Punk, Punk, who doesn't care about Seth anymore, Punk, who wants to get back at Roman. So it's 2 on 1 when you look at it like that. It's 2 on 1. And all 3 of them are neutral something. Seth is just neutral. The fans like his music. They like him to a great degree. They don't really respond to his promos.
No.
But they like his music. They like the fire. The metal. They like that. But they don't really give a damn. Not necessarily. Punk, they cheer for.
Mm-hmm.
Punk is a neutral babyface.
They hang on every word, even the prepositions.
Yep. Punk, now say he's a neutral babyface because he can go either way, but it depends on where he is to what he's going to say to the fans. How the fans respond to him is how he's going to react to the fans, which is a good thing. He's educating the people. I like that. How we going to handle this? But he's said nothing but heelish stuff to either of these two. But the fans love him. And he'll say babyface stuff to the fans, heel stuff to the wrestlers. That's why he's a neutral babyface. Roman Reigns was a babyface. A baby face. Then a neutral babyface. Now he's a neutral heel because the fans are loving him. And he's saying heelish stuff, and you get the fans kind of like, huh? Mm-hmm. What? What did you say to me? You got music, and we like you now. There are 3 neutrals. So I'm wondering how this is going to work out, because I think what they're going to do, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, they're going to find a way to further that at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins, I think he's going to go over and win at WrestleMania. I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to win, and it's going to be because those two beat the hell out of each other.
That's possible. But it's to no avail. They're not getting anything. What? Okay, Seth, you win. What? What then? What is you win and the Punk's he won, then I'm gonna leave. No, you win nothing.
Now, here's the other thing they can do. Y'all let me know if this makes sense to y'all. If they have CM Punk win, that's because John Cena beat Cody, and Punk is going to have to beef with John Cena and try to take the belt from him around SummerSlam or Survivor Series. So Cena has it. He can't leave with it. Punk gets it, but Cena retires, and the fans will love him because it'll be his last event. And they'll be like, thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena. You deserve it, yada, yada, yada.
Uh-huh.
What you think?
I think that's a pretty good deduction.
Those are the only roads I can see. Y'all see any other roads? Y'all let me know in the comments section. The other videos that's really old with comments that I got to respond to, we have been messed up over here with this pollen. So I apologize. This pollen has put us on our ass. We have been asleep, irritated eyes, no runny nose, irritated skin at points. This is bad.
Yeah, they cut a little bit of slack, please.
All this tree sperm is messing us up.
Ew.
And if you think that's gross, think about breathing it in when you go out
Ew.
there. Breathing it in.
Ew.
Just smelling the tree
stop
sperm. Trees just like,
Stop it.
take all that. Take all that. You're like, yeah.
That's gross. Would you stop?
Trees like, I do facials perfectly.
Ew.
Just, look, we're going to get up out of here. This has been Surgery Procedure for CRWC commentary on Friday Night SmackDownish. And with that, we want y'all to be cool, be chill, be safe, so that we can see you next time.